Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kenya, and today I'm going to take you into the kitchen with my husband Wallace as we cook up some spinach and sweet potato soup. Now I know it sounds like a strange combination, but trust me, it's delicious. So if you'd like to see more, stick around. So guys, we start with a stick of butter in a stock pot and let that melt. And while it's melting, we cut up our seasonings. Some celery, we use 4 stalks with the ends cut off. The recipe that this is inspired by uses a half cup of celery, but this is probably a little more than that. We also use some onions and bell pepper. We use red bell pepper. Just chop one up, peel out the inside, cut it up a little bit and stick it into your food processor. And then we use 2 medium-sized onions. Just cut off the ends, peel off the outer layer, chop them up and stick them in your food processor as well. So next we're going to chop up some andouille sausage and put that in. We like to use the brand Manda just because I grew up eating Manda, but everybody has their favorites. And the difference between andouille and just regular smoked sausage, which you could also use, is that it's big chunks of pork and it's heavily smoked as opposed to ground pork. I just found that out on Google. So now that you have your sausage and your butter, we're going to add in all those chopped vegetables and get some garlic in there. Of course, if you saw our last cook with me, you see that we like to just use the big old container of garlic and put a lot of it in there. If you have not seen that video, you can click the eye above you. So put in whatever you like as far as the amount. We put a lot, several scoops, and then stir it all together. So now we're going to add a cup of flour to the vegetables and stir that in. We're creating a roux here, and a roux is really just a way to thicken a sauce, and you're adding flour and a fat. And in our case, and in most cases, you're using butter as that fat. So you stir that all in, and it's going to help thicken the soup once we add in the chicken broth. And here is that chicken broth. So you're going to put about 3 quarts into your vegetables and your roux and stir that all together, and try to stir it along the way so that you make sure that you're incorporating that liquid in there well. So put some in, stir, put some in, stir until you have about 3 quarts of broth. Now while that's simmering, you're going to peel and dice your sweet potatoes, and we just use 2 large sweet potatoes, cut them up into, I like nice sized chunks because they will get soft in the soup once they cook in there, so I don't want them to be too small and get too mushy. Now add in your sweet potatoes, and once you have them all in, let the mixture come to a boil and then put it down on simmer and let it cook for about a half hour. So while that's cooking, go ahead and get your spinach leaves ready. You're going to need about 4 cups, although we did not measure, we are eyeballing it. You're going to need to remove the stems and then chop them up. Next, you're going to chop up a bunch of chives. You need about a half cup, more if you like it more, less if you don't. And then we're also going to put probably about, I'd say about a half cup of parsley, although we're not measuring this, just a big hunk, into the food processor and let that go. And we'll add that to our soup. Now once you have it all chopped up, go ahead and add your parsley into the soup and then follow that with your chives as well. Now for the spinach, you're going to take large handfuls and add those in. And once you have it all in there, then you're going to gently fold the spinach into the soup. Now that it's all in, just give it that gentle folding like stir here until it's all incorporated. And now for your spices, we add salt, pepper, some onion powder, and hot sauce. And this is really personal preference here. You add as much or as little as you would like. And lastly, we're going to add in some heavy whipping cream. You're going to need about a quart, and just add that on in, give it a good stir, and that's it, guys. As long as your potatoes are soft, then your soup is done. Give it a good stir. I did find that this soup was even better the next day. It's almost like it just needed a little time to sit, although it was delicious right out of the pot. But the next day, even more so. And we just put it in very large containers to stick in the refrigerator and eat on it all week. It's great with sandwiches, with grilled cheese, with whatever you like. It makes a great main dish. It makes a great side dish. Hope you enjoy it. Well, that's it, guys. If you tried this recipe, let me know down in the comments below what you think about it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.